So good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York, the venue where everyone dies, apparently. Of late, there have been many losses to the Sept of the Green, some perhaps more commented on than others, but certainly a number of both well and little-known figures have left this mortal coil somewhat involuntarily. The effect has been felt by a number, but there are very few in the Garou nation who feel more than the Fianna. They feel more happiness, they feel more rage, they feel more passion, and by the same token, they feel far deeper sorrow than many of their kin. As a result, Maebh has very studiously kept herself busy in an attempt to ignore the grief, to put it off, to set it aside, to work beyond it. But one loss piling on top of another has become so severely overwhelming. And with the gathering for the departed finally performed for her friend Talia, the veritable tsunami that she's been just kind of ignoring and stepping aside from and thinking that perhaps if I don't look at it, it won't happen, has finally crashed over her, and she's been in quite a state. In the wake of the gathering, she returned fairly solemnly to her cabin, but those who passed close enough would hear the sounds of her, well, finally giving voice to her sorrow. And with the better part of the morning and a good portion of the day passed, she's finally seen fit to emerge, wearing perhaps darker colors than is her normal cheery type, but with another scrub at her eyes. Her face is a little bit red still from the crying. She'll put on a brave face, head out, and at a fairly quick clip goes for the castle. She remembers the last time that she was feeling a similar sort of, not quite so deep a loss, but a very real sense of loss, and remembers who was about her and who it was that understood and comforted her. And while Chases himself may not be available, what with the chaos in the spirit realm, Travis is still there, and he's been acting off himself, and while she doesn't know the whole story, no one's seen fit to tell her, she knows that something's wrong, and goddammit, she's gonna go to the people that she knows, the people that are supposed to be her family, and she's going to do something. She's not sure what. So, Adam is welcome to take notice and follow along, but to get the opening fairly quickly done, she's essentially going to head to Belvedere Castle, go on inside, probably nose around looking for Travis, make her way up to the roof if she has to, and when she finds him, will, unless he's going to fight it or pull away from her or reject the offer, will essentially just come up very visibly still upset, still a little pale, still somehow at the same time a little blotchy from the crying, and she will attempt to simply take his hand if he will let her, and just kind of lead him down to the bar, because, god damn it, it's time to drink and talk and give themselves an outlet for whatever the hell's going on between, well, for either of them respectively.
It is obvious that Travis is not interested. Like, he thinks and thinks this. He, unknown to Maebh and probably the new cub Adam, he lost his wife, future wife, and not long after he is going to lost his brother, like the one man he called brother. While a lot of people hate Kachina, Travis is angry at Kachina for fucking up, but at the same time he remembers a man who was really strong. The feelings of like being the last one from the original Striders of Ice and Concrete, a pack, a family, is kind of hurts him. But he will not say anything because what Maebh is trying to do is like it's a really nice thing. He he will go to a bar with her and he will ask for a whiskey. And then like he won't say anything wild on the road.
She
Um,
was just planning to use the one in the castle because it's easier. But if you want to
mhm.
go out to do it, we can.
Oh no no no!
It's just
Like
easier to talk shop in the Sept.
actually, you know what? Um,
And surrounded by
Travis
kin.
Travis is actually going to look at Adam and Adam says, "How many months you
Um,
guys didn't go
sorry, go on.
outside?"
Hmm?
How many months I didn't leave Central Park, you mean?
Yes.
Well, I've left a couple of times for business, yeah, getting some things, but mostly I've been spending most of my time here since I changed.
He nods. He, not at the moment, but the after some time that I would come to myself, I should take you guys out for ice cream.
Adam smiles.
It would be really hard for you, Adam, for a beginning. Everybody will fear and run away from you, but you will get used to it after some time.
He nods because I'm Garou.
Yes, yes. And like he puts his hands on his shoulder, like you
Hmm?
see, he's really brotherly. Like older. Like how old is he, by the way? How old is Adam?
Adam is mid-20s.
Like 26, 24?
Yeah, 26, 27, that kind of
Oh
thing.
shit, Travis is 20, 23. No, actually, Travis is 22. Like, there's no brotherly love. Like, sorry, like, but like he puts his hands on his shoulder, like, brother. He says, like, you see, he has a respect for your age,
Hmm?
and then he says, brother, it's going to be hard first, but then you will get used to it. Like,
He nods.
you were a cub, like they call you a cub, but you were new at the nation. I myself was like Garou for 2 years, but if we met outside, like you are a guy who's older than me, and I come from a culture where I should respect people who's older than me.
Adam nods. We are. If I've been taught anything these last couple of months, he says, it is that we are brothers in. We are all. We are brothers and sisters as Garou, and our our Hamid affiliations mean less than that. But thank you.
Yes, the nation doesn't care a lot about the Hamid affiliations, but some, like myself, still hold those things. I still talk with my mom and dad, and like from Skype, and I still try to talk with the people who I used to talk, like distant relatives and stuff. But yeah, Meb,
Hmm?
I listened to your story yesterday.
She kind of doesn't look shaken, but it kind of brings over an expression of, again, just kind of the shock of the loss.
Mm-hmm.
The compounded loss, really. And inevitably, like girls do, she kind of gets teary-eyed as a result of it being even mentioned.
You see, like Travis first, like he's gonna, like kind of like put a hand on her shoulder, and then like he will come for a hug.
Oh yeah, as soon as I mean, he's a fairly reasonable person when it comes to touching and whatnot. So I mean, all it takes is a hand on her shoulder, and she's already gonna like dive in for the hug and like hide her face in his jacket.
Hmm. You see, like he puts his hand on her, like on her shoulder, and like like squeeze her to like not without her, like not like hurting her, but like
Hmm.
to make sure that like she understands that he's here and like he's trying to help her. Like give it's a general feeling of like brotherhood and like the family. and he says the pain is really bad when, like, the pain is just really bad when we remember. But the I am trying to remember her as I always always remember her. That cocky smile that she had.
And there are kind of like burbling side noises happening in his jacket, but she's pretty well latched on.
He looks at Adam. I am also sorry for your loss, brother. I know from my days that when the when I had when I lost brothers, I always feeling really bad, and like being cupped together with people affects you really well. You learn things all together. You do things all together. You go to missions all together.
You know, it's when it happened, I was so angry. He says because it felt like he's stumbling for words, and then he looks at both of them. But since Maeve has her face hidden in Travis's jacket, he ends up looking at Travis instead and going, "If she had fallen in battle against in honest battle against the worm, that would have been one thing. It would have still hurt like a motherfucker, but it would have been not better, but more fitting," he says. But since it happened like this, it it just seems it doesn't seem right.
I understand. I'm also angry at my brother for what he has not done. He will he will make it right, and then he will face the punishment that Hildaxes will find for him. I don't think that he will get a punishment which will give him a lot of days.
Adam doesn't respond, but he doesn't say anything, but he merely he nods calmly. He doesn't want to antagonize with his real feelings. And actually, right now I was thinking about Thalia and Nicholas, but you thought of Miss Whisper and Kachina. That's fair enough. Let's go with that.
I thought that you were talking about Miss Whispers as well, but like, don't worry. We can misunderstand each other.
Okay. But yeah, let's go with the Miss Whisper being the topic. That fits better, I think.
We had a lot of losts.
Maeve just kind of wails half intelligibly into his jacket, something along the lines of, it's not fair, and swiftly followed by just her mumbling about how it's just one after another after another.
I have to tell you something. It's you two probably didn't knew her. His voice kind of gets different.
She'll tilt back a bit. She'll finally kind of pry her face out of his jacket and rub at her eyes, but look up to make, not challenging but respectful eye contact as he's talking about something that seemed important.
OOC, like both of you would know, Travis doesn't care about eye contact that much. Yeah, as long as it's not like a meeting that is a really important meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's not like those people like, oh my, flop in front of me, just like flop more and more.
That's why Maeve isn't hesitating to look him in the eyes.
His eyes also gets a little teary. Like he's holding himself. It's obvious. I'm not gonna make you guys roll perception empathy.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Fiona, you guys can't even understand, like he can't put words. You both didn't knew her that well, but I have lost my mate. My future wife has died.
And at those words, Adam's eyes will widen. He will look down and says, I'm so sorry.
I have lost her 2 weeks ago.
And Maeve, being Maeve, you know, she again looks a bit shaken. She's already pretty tear-streaked and right back to being red and blotchy, but she'll still respond by, again, just kind of hugging herself tightly to him, this time sympathetically rather than in a search for solace.
It's kind of really sad. Can't even enter my home now. I'm sending my kin to feed my dogs and cats. It's really hard. I wake up alone every day, looking at the ground and waking up at least 5 times in the night. They say that we care about our kin so much. I didn't care because she was my kin. I cared because I loved her. And she's gone now.
And with her,
Adam listens and doesn't say anything.
She's still going to be hugged against Travis's chest, trying to offer him some sort of consolation. And with her cheek kind of against his chest, she's going to say, while the tears start up again, that even Chase has said that we love the most deeply, and we feel the loss of it just as harshly.
He was right that day. They say that we should, when you're so sad, you need to spend time with your family, they say. Trying? As like he looks at you both and, smiles to you too. Which kind of means like, you guys are my family in a way.
Mm-hmm.
It's... Go on, dude, go on.
No, I was just going to say that Adam will listen attentively and he will not know exactly what to do, but he will have a look in his eyes that says that he empathizes and sympathizes.
While like he's like kind of like one side of hugging the Maebh, like he will put a hand the Adam's shoulder and say like, I'm not doing it that well because my kin is not they're not my real family. I'm just the guy who protects them. But I saw Adam, who he has his family around him, and Maebh has her family. Just when you guys are sad, make sure that you spend time with your families, friends. They are the most important things in the world. Make sure that you guys do everything not to lose them. Because life is really, really fucked up.
Adam will nod and he will not knowing if he would he is about to get his throat ripped out. He will give Travis a bro hug, I guess, like a manly hug.
A manly man hug.
Travis also preferred the hug. Like he's not again like you would probably hear about him. Like this guy, normally when you go near natural, like you kind of flop and do stupid stuff. But like Travis usually doesn't care about that shit that much. Like, but if you like, as long as somebody does not disrespect him, he's fine. He calls people bro.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be called Raya and stuff. As long as, like, again, if you have a tendency of disrespecting him, he will just force you to call him Raya. But like, if you act like friend and stuff like that, you don't need to call him Raya. For example, the people you would see the people who makes him call Raya, like Mikhail, Cinna. But like normally, it's just he doesn't care. He used to be a funny soul, but not that much at the moment.
You'll note that Maeve is perfectly at ease. She's been a pretty good prediction of how to respond to certain people. And in the case of Travis, there wasn't even like a tip back of the chin. She just went right for him, talked to him plainly. She's hugging on him like he's just a big brother. And when he finally says that life is, and he kind of hovers for a second and finally just says, fucked up, she kind of chokes on, like, a very involuntary little kind of snort of a laugh, just because of the language he's decided to use, as opposed to being, like, all deep about it. And she's rubbing at her eyes a bit, but she's essentially standing, kind of side-hugged. So she's got an arm around him, though the other one's, like, coming up and, again, just trying to rub some of the tear streaks off her cheeks. I think that we should just drink more. And I've been told that we're supposed to celebrate their lives. So why don't we, if not now, then sometime, just go down into the bar and drink and talk about them like they're still here. I didn't even know Sweet Breath that well, but I didn't know what she was here for. And I don't know what to do.
Adam will nod and then clear his throat. Drink, he says. That I can do. I'm Irish, remember? And he will give a little bit of a smile, trying to lighten the mood, and he will gesture towards the bar inside the castle. Well, I'm game.
No, I will drink. I will drink. A little. He says, I will drink a little.
Yeah, he knows from, if nothing else, from like laughter and gossip around amongst the kin that hang out in Belvedere that Maeve ain't much of a drinker. So it's not like she's planning to get smashed. The one time that happened, she just they literally Lucas took her up to her room and she just cried the whole night. So clearly her getting smashed is a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Her heavy drinking is like, I had 4 whole beers today,
Ooh.
So
a bottle of Jack tea.
By the way, okay, guys, I need to tell you guys something.
Mm-hmm.
The Travis will get you guys. He will just say, "You guys follow me."
Okay.
And then he will go in a place where, I think Maebh was there.
What, in the cellars?
The Secret Fianna Castle party place.
Oh yeah, that's what she was talking about when she was talking about getting a drink.
Okay, then, have ever went there or heard of Secret Fianna Castle party place?
I don't know. Was that the place you took me to at one point, Maeve?
No. Or actually, yes. When she pointed you in and told you that there was a place to drink, probably.
Okay. This place is not being told to the other tribes usually. Only the couple members who fucks around that much with Fianna knows, and it's being told them to keep a secret. Travis is being told by chases don't. Oh
well,
then
I must be thinking of a different place. I've been told there's just a bar in there, but that may not be the same place as the super secret party place.
There's this, like, it's what Max told me like a couple months ago, or like this, like where I get my tattoo actually. Like there's even a tattoo place in there.
Oh, that's
And yeah, like it's kind of weird. And yeah, there's this secret place where he will guys take you. Like there's this secret door and shit like that.
Oh yeah, then I definitely didn't know about that one, unless it's yeah. I don't think I did.
okay.
And you guys will see there's a party inside. Like the people are having fun. It's nearly everybody Fiannakin, and if there isn't, like, I don't know if there's a Garou in the Fianna Garou in the set other than Chases. If there is, they are probably there as well. Like when people
I'm sure
enter, like
they're
they
like
will.
random NPCs.
Ah, yeah,
Yeah.
and I agree. You guys will see like people are raising their glasses and stuff like that. That's how they explain to me when Fianna. They say like when Garou enters, they raise their drinks and continue giving you drinks and stuff. All kinds of alcohol is there. Yes.
And I'm going to assume that we. Sorry, go on.
Yep, Maeve will follow along, and when she's ushered in and immediately has a drink pressed into her hand, she almost looks relieved.
Hmm.
You guys
Yep.
see that, also, who's new there? There are, other than, like, it was a party place, as I have been told, and, like, these are the place where, like, Fianna males and females hooked up. So, like, there will be probably people who's looking out of you, just checking you out. Just saying, just putting it out there.
Maeve will stay very, very close to Travis's side the whole time. Very, very close. Like, this is the kid sister huddle. I'm close enough to this that I'm a non-option. It's fine. Just go with it.
Adam will also try to. He will have a drink, and he will. Of course, he will still be affected by the events of the past couple of days, but he also cannot quite get his eyes off a redhead sitting by the bar, looking very, very beautiful. But he tries, and he tries to engage in casual conversation with Maeve and Travis. At one point, even turning his back so he can't see the bar, trying to keep up his own little personal masquerade.
The guys will see like Travis just checks his phone for a second, and he will say, I'm Wormful and I have to do rounds.
Hmm.
Do you guys mind if I leave?
Maeve will look vaguely disappointed, but she's not going to keep him from doing his job.
Roll me
Adam
perception,
changed his
guys.
sentences.
Mhm. Roll me
Perception, empathy.
perception. Yeah, both of you. And then follow it with intelligence academics.
Okay.
Perception, empathy. I don't know why it doesn't roll. One success, depending on difficulty.
No, it's
If not,
six.
if
It's
okay, then
generally assumed to be a 6 unless someone tells you otherwise.
okay, and intelligence academics.
Yep.
I do not have any academics, so I can't even roll that.
Does he has like enigmas and stuff like that? Maybe it will work.
Oh, Enigma's an investigation I have, but
I also have enigmas.
But like, I'm sorry you failed.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, but May can roll maybe like enigmas.
Enigmas? Boop.
Wow.
So 4 on the first and 1 on the second.
The May would understand if Travis leaves. Like, he's not lying. He has a work to do. But like, you can understand that there's something else as well. And after thinking, like understanding that remembering Travis and where he is from. In some cultures, being in parties like this after your family dies is a disrespect to the dead. You should wait like 40 days and stuff like that to do stuff like this.
Ah.
It's a
So
European
she'll
and Greek culture.
again, she'll look vaguely disappointed, and honestly, if he's going because they're partying so hardy and it's not quite what she meant to do, she'll probably turn to leave with him.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily headed the same place if he has to be off doing wormfoe things, but
Does Travis understands that she understands why he leaves?
yeah, she looks vaguely disappointed and then
Mhm.
perhaps thoughtful, but she's not going to say anything. But yeah, you see a sense of comprehension.
He smiles at her because, again, like this is a place where people hook up and stuff like that. So it's kind of again like he doesn't want to disrespect her memory, and he's raised in a really distant Greek family. Pardon, not distant, like really traditional Greek family, and that's why he kind of lives and go not outside, but like inside of the Fianna Castle. That's where he stands and looks around. He tries to do something, but he doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, Maebh will follow him out. She'll finish the drink first, at least, and plop the cup back on the table firmly because people seem to get really excited when you put down your cup hard. So she'll do that much, but she'll follow him out. And when he just kind of looks dazed when he gets out, just kind of casts a glance up, like a questioning sort of glance.
Does Adam arrive with us? Or
Adam will, when the two of them start to leave, Adam will obviously be torn. He will not want to leave Maebh alone at the moment, but damn that redhead by the bar. So he will,
She's not like giving him the side eye or anything. He's perfectly welcome to do as he wishes if there's a redhead eyeballing him something fierce. That period, though.
Yeah, I was just gonna say something to Adam. Did you see couple Fiannakin also arrives at the party to entertain you?
Oh, okay.
Like when I say entertain, they're not whores, but like they're just partying with you. They're trying to cheer you up and stuff.
I get what you mean. It's not that kind of a place, I guess.
Yeah.
So he will he doesn't really notice he has book smarts, but his at least in his he used to be a little bit no, actually he does have social skills as well. He notices that the redhead by the bar doesn't really seem to notice him, and he will look a little bit disappointed. That was the minus I just rolled. He will look a little bit disappointed, but when the others come to entertain him, he will smile, and then he will look at Maebh. Yeah, exactly. Oh, okay. Well, he doesn't notice anyway if she is or isn't. But when the others arrive, he will look at Maebh and feel like with a little bit of a guilty feeling in his eyes, as if he feels guilty by wanting to stay and party. I don't know if they make eye contact. Do they? Does Adam happen to catch Maev's eye contact before she leaves? Because if she does, she will see a little bit of a feeling guilty expression on his face for wanting to stay.
If he's hesitating and catches her eye, she'll kind of give him that little smile of, no big.
Okay. Well, in that case, he will. And once he realizes that she means it, he will turn to the newcomers and smile at them and party, trying to forget a bit of his sorrow.
When maybe like goes around near Travis and like Travis is like I don't know what to do, looks around,
Mm-hmm.
then he will look at Maebh and like you will see like Travis is desperate. Like it's obvious in his face, like he doesn't hide himself in Fiona Castle, and he just like looks around and says, "I don't know what to do."
And she'll kind of firm her lips a little bit, thinking about it, glance around. And, well, I mean, she only knows so many of his hobbies at this point, so she'll finally kind of glance towards the door, glance around, perhaps see one of the well, it's probably not decorational, it's probably actually some sort of historical or previously owned weapon on the wall or something like that, and she'll finally kind of look up at him and just blink a time or two and say, "Come on. You're going to teach me to be stronger. How about that?"
I can. I heard you're getting better all the time. By the way, you
I'm
passed your
trying.
challenge.
There's still one left, and failing one means failing the whole thing.
You will pass. You have pluck of the Irish.
Yeah, but right now, I don't know if my heart would be in it. Did you know that, Elise, that Sweet Breath Raya, the one who was found, well, that we found by dog
He
before
was
he
sent there.
left?
He was. She. It was she, right? Not he.
She.
She was sent here to educate you. I know. Jesus told me.
I wish someone had told me.
I
And
was.
now I'm one step closer to something that seems really cute in a storybook, but it's really scary when it's you.
He nods at her. It was test of luck, right?
Yeah. I'm
What
not
was it?
feeling lucky.
What was it? The other tests. What was them about?
Wisdom and skill.
The what happened to the tests?
I did what I was supposed to. I went through the vision of being Boudica. I made the right choice. I learned more afterwards, and I still don't think I would have changed my mind knowing the history, but I made the choice to do what I had to do to save the people that were dear to me. And then the test of skill, I bargained everyone's chiminage. Cinna couldn't accept it and stayed behind. And I brought us the blessing of spring, and I am still making my chiminage for that blessing. I don't know even what it does, but I passed not because I got what I was sent to get, but because, well, not because I had the skill, but that I knew that I had the skill, that I knew that I could do what I had bargained to do, that I could pay my own chiminage, that I could achieve what I had to.
I think maybe I watched you. First I thought you were weak. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Everyone does. They still do.
Well, the second I thought that you were learning a lot. Now, I think you are passionate enough to do what is necessary.
It's been hard when people don't believe me. I know that I'm not hungry for a fight like everyone expects me to be, but if something was bearing down on you, if something was coming after you and you were down, I would still step in the way. I would still bite at its heels and try to turn it away from you. I'd still do what I had to do. If there is a good reason and someone has to die, I will do my duty, but just because I don't revel in doling out death, nobody thinks I can. And I feel like at this point I'd have to drag some poor person into the middle of the Sept and reduce them to a red puddle before anyone believed me. And that seems wrong.
That is wrong. That is really, really wrong. Not just wrong.
Every time I go and I do these things, I do these missions, they don't talk about how I bring people back from the brink of death so that they can keep fighting. They talk about the fact that I'm not the one fighting.
I will give you the best advice that I can give. A lot of people talk shit about me. Don't say no, because I know they do. I know I'm not, you know.
Nobody can be liked by everyone.
Yeah, I'm not the guy who most, liked guy in the set. I know that as well, and I'm trying my best. When I was warder, I was trying my best to be right, and being right will get you not liked by people. I said Callie doesn't deserve to be here, and everybody lost their mind. They supported Callie, but I was right. People who listened to me actually agreed with me. Somebody betrayed me, nobody believed me, and everybody believed Victoria. What I'm saying is, I know you do what you try to do. Just because you don't want to kill someone who doesn't deserve to die, doesn't make you a bad person. Makes you someone who thinks before you act.
It makes me a good person, it just makes me a bad Garou.
Yeah, and I prefer to be a bad Garou and a good person as well.
I mean, does it somehow not make sense? If we were in battle and you were fighting something and you fell to the ground because you had been gravely injured, doesn't it make more sense for me to aid you, to get you back up and in the fight, than to try to take your place when I can't do nearly what you can do?
He knows. The positioning, giving people orders, telling them what they do is all, I told you once, if I were in a fight, I would tell you to heal people because I know. But here is another advice. Just don't try to be the best healer. Also try to be the best, not the best, but someone who can hold her ground. I know you can. Like I know I have seen you fighting in the training grounds. But it's just gonna sometimes like different situations might happen. things that you might not expect happens. So I'm not. Go on. Go on.
I know I can't tell people, but I did it as Boudica. I did it in Wolfholm. I did it the times that it mattered. Just because not everyone sees, it's not. I don't care if they think that I'm too nice. That's fine. But I care that the people that have to stand behind me don't think that I'm, or beside me, don't think that I'm able to fight at their side. They think I won't. They think I can't. But I would. I'd give everything to, if not for me, then for them, to make sure that their side was defended, that they were able to keep focusing on what they needed to focus on.
The thing is, my reasoning is because this nation needs healers as much as fighters. They need druids as much as the fighters. They need politicians. We need a lot of things, man.
Just
And
doesn't make sense. I mean, I'm a Theurge. I'm not an Arun. I'm a Garou, but I'm not an Arun.
I think we both are going to be scolded at because we don't treat metas like usually Fiona does. A lot.
Oh, that.
This fucking bullshit. It's not their fault.
I can understand that it's the way it's been for a long time, but I just don't believe in punishing a child for the sins of their parent. They're already suffering.
Like you see Ren, you see Nicholas. Those guys, it's fucked up, but it's not their fault. They didn't do anything. It's their families who done those stuff, done those mistakes, and they shouldn't. They shouldn't pay for those mistakes.
Maebh finally is, like, she's coming around. She's kind of getting out of her funk because conversation's tilting. She kind of wrinkles her nose a little bit and says, anything that I would be mad at Nicholas for would have nothing to do with him being a metis.
I agree.
And I'm not an adult in the eyes of the nation, but
Adult.
I'm not beyond just going and telling him what he's doing that's making me angry or others angry. That's not a problem. He's still a cub.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You went to Fiona said, what the fuck they do there? What the fuck they do in the Fiona set?
Oh. Like the whole story? Or...
No. Just tell me what they do in the Sept.
What did they do? I mean, it seemed at first very welcoming. It seemed like what you'd expect, but there were a lot of silver fangs. And
Were they
after
hunting the
Senna...
worm?
What?
Were they hunting the worm?
Were they hunting...
The worm. They were, but what they were doing. What I mean is, you see us, the Guardians, people, you're fighting, you're trying our best. And what does people in that Sept does? I'm not saying about, like, I'm not shit talking about everybody. What I'm trying to say is, we're risking our lives here. Nearly every day. This is the best place that you can fight. Like people come here to earn glory, or some people come here to make a difference. What I mean is, like I heard from Chase's once that what they do in Fianna Sept, and he says they defend the cairn and they go hunting sometimes. Like you are an adult. Do you know why? Because you entered a lab. You did a lot of stuff. Don't think just because you are a cub that you're not adult. You are a veteran of this war because you already fight tons of times. Other than the other people, the other people wait one year to be a cub. I don't, like, I waited like 4 months and everybody was like, "Oh, you're an adult now." Like this place is different, man. This is war and it changed everybody. What I mean is, yeah, man, yeah, we're different. We didn't grow up in this society. So we can actually see its mistakes sometimes. And not everybody has to fight. Yes, it's a warrior society. Yes, it's stuff like this. Yes, like, Metis is... Like, they say Metis are abomination. Do you see Ren as an abomination? Like, Lucas. The guy is funny. He is nice. Yes, he's a douche sometimes, but, like I watch movies. Abominations are Fomori.
Yeah. Nicholas, well, he was nicer. I don't know what's changed, but it needs to change back.
I really need to go now. You need... All I'm saying, I think you will pass your challenge. I think it's gonna be fine. But while you're a Durian, you want to be a Durian and like you want to be a healer. I need you to understand that this place, this nation is a warrior-like nation, and you will be, they will ask us to defend ourselves. People will challenge each other and stuff for just stupid reasons. So not just, go in a healing. Sometimes learn, be better. Sometimes.
I do what needs to be done. I flank, I heal. I fight it myself if I have to, but I do what needs to be done. I'm not worried about that. I just hope I feel luckier by time Chases comes to me again.
He smiles. See you later, dearest.
Yeah. Go do that important Wormfoes stuff or something.
He smiles. And then he will go out and maybe fight with dummies.
And Maeve will probably linger around the castle a bit. She'll probably find just the regular little tucked away bar and have herself another drink just to fortify herself. Think about the challenge, think about the various subjects that she's gone over with Travis, but all in all, it's something to jar her out of her funk, something to let her be distracted again from the grief, so that by time she leaves, she does so with far greater composure than when she came. And with Travis off to important dude face stuff, and Adam hopefully having a rousing good time with the kinfolk, hovering around him, talking to him, just generally being entertaining and being good company, really. They treat him much like family. And Maeve finally striking back off to see to her small army of plants and perhaps to grab Addie for another lesson. I suppose we can just say thank you, players, for playing and watchers for watching, and we'll see you next time on Living World of Darkness, The Feels Train.
Aroo!